Go ahead.
It says, verse 12, for the time ye ought to be teachers, ye have need that one teach you again, which be the first principles of the oracles of the Most High.
Right. Exactly, man. Because, like I was saying, if you're a babe in this truth, you need to be taught, man. And that's what that's why a lot of men don't come to this truth, man. Or that's why a lot of men want to start their own camps, because they don't want to be taught, man. They want to just do their own thing. Right? But what happens? It's the same thing happens when you leave your home too early as a child. What happens when you leave home too early? You usually end up going right back, man. Because you're not ready. You're not ready for the world yet, man. It's hard out there, man.
It is.
And are become such as have need of milk and not of strong meat.
Yeah, and see, that's a lot of brothers who fell out of the main camp of GMS. That was them. What did they do? They rushed into the meat. I remember all of those beefs, man, that they had with the elders. They rushed into some deep things. But guess what happened? They weren't ready for those deep things, man. They got swallowed up, man. They thought they were ready. They want to go into this scripture. They want to go into that scripture. But you guys you're supposed to stick to the milk, man. You guys are acting like you're afraid of Job 9:24. You know, like you're afraid of what's another milk scripture?
I got another one, Jeremiah. I got second scripture.
The color scripture. Guys act like they're afraid. Revelation. Guys are acting like they're afraid of the milk scriptures, man. The milk scriptures are your foundation, man. John 3:16.
Verse 13, for everyone that useth milk is unskillful in the word of righteousness.
And there's nothing wrong with that. At the beginning, you're a novice. When you're a novice, behave like a novice. You have to build yourself up. Don't try to be a novice that pretends to be a pro. No, what's the next thing? Novice and
Expert.
The expert, like an expert level, exactly. Cut.
Right? Verse 13, for everyone that useth milk is unskillful in the word of righteousness, for he is a babe.
Yeah, because you're just learning. Like when you see the guys walking around in their kung fu outfit, but they have the different belts, that's okay. Don't worry about that guy because he has the lower belt on. He doesn't have a black belt yet. Don't worry. He's training, man. But if you're the guy, you have the lower belt on and you're looking at the black belt, and then, you know, yeah, you try and go fight a black belt, you're gonna get fucked up, man.
Verse 14, but strong meat belongeth to them that are of full age.
That's right.
Even those who by reason of use have their senses exercised
Push down.
to discern both good and evil.
And that's why you have the mix. You have brothers who are seasoned, and you have brothers who are novices, right? We don't just leave the younger brothers to their own devices. That's not intelligent, man. Because then they'll get swallowed up when it's time for that meat to come up, man. Right? If somebody comes up and asks a question about the meat, younger brothers might stumble. And you find out that you need training wheels, man. Cut the water.
To back up a little bit. This is First Peter 2. As newborn babes, desire the sincere milk of the word, that ye may grow thereby.
And that's what you have to desire. You have to desire the sincere milk, man. What's that milk? That milk is talking about the words, man. Like the brother said, the color scriptures. Get into the color scriptures. Become an expert, man. Become an expert at wielding that sword, man. Job 9:24, Obadiah. Go into those scriptures. Go into Genesis 25. Go into Jacob and Esau.
They go into the virgin birth or hell.
Go into virgin birth. Go into hell. Go into those things, man. You know, you guys are jumping into what's that one in Ezra's when it goes into the eagle?
Oh yeah.
Go ahead.
Yep.
And all the feathers.
If so be ye have tasted the Lord is gracious, that the Lord is gracious, to whom coming as unto a living stone, disallowed indeed of men, but chosen of Yahweh and precious. That's it.
Yeah, go back to the what you had. Did you have a precept?
Yeah, the precept.
Okay, get a precept.
This is Isaiah 28:9. Who shall he teach knowledge, and whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast.
You know why? Because you're humbling yourself.
That's right.
Because you're saying that you don't know anything. So you're starting afresh. If you try to rush to the top, guess what's going to happen? You're going to fall right back down to the bottom, man. You have to start right at the bottom, man. Start right at the bottom. Keep going.
And you know what's funny too? I want to add a point. That was Isaiah 28. Yeah, I remember watching a video of High Priest Ariel years ago. He was in an in class, and he was teaching the men, and he was going over this scripture dead slow, man. Dead slow, and asking the men what it means and how do you break it down and which precept to get on one verse. Right? Because you read it again.
Isaiah 28:9. Whom shall he teach knowledge, and whom shall he make to understand doctrine? Them that are weaned from the milk and drawn from the breast.
Right, and then you get precepts like the brother brought out the sincere milk. He brought out Hebrews 5:12, right? So it goes into you being a babe again, right? And spiritually suckling on these tits, man.
That's right.
This is the woman.
That's
right?
right.
This is Sophia.
That's right.
Right? This is your sweet love, man.
That's right.
Right? Go ahead.
Verse 10. For precept must be upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line, line upon line, here a little and there a little.
Same thing the brother just mentioned with Elder Ariel. Same thing, man. You guys always got to get the precepts because there's always precepts, man.
Right.
Even when you go into a reference Bible, the reference Bible shows you precepts, man, letting you know that this scripture will lead you to this, but they link up, man, like a puzzle.
That script, huh?
Yeah.
Matthew chapter 18, verse 3. And said, Verily I say unto you, except he be converted and become as little children.
See? Read that again. This is the beautiful precept, man. Go ahead.
It says, and verse 3, and said, Verily I say unto you, except he be converted and become as little children, he shall not enter into the kingdom of heaven.
And what does that mean? That means you have to go back to the point where you say to yourself, I don't know anything.
That's right.
If you can't go back to that level to where you say, I don't know anything, then this truth is really not for you.
That's right.
To be honest, I'm just being honest with you. Because you're not going to be receptive to the brainwashing that you need to get, man.
That's right.
Right? We always go into brainwashing. This is brainwashing. But this is righteous brainwashing.
That's right.
That's right. Renewing of your mind.
Just like the white man brainwashes you every day through propaganda, through his media, through Hegelian dialectic, right? Well, you gotta be brainwashed in the right way, man. Go ahead.
Verse 4. Whosoever therefore shall humble himself as this little child, the same is greatest in the kingdom of heaven.
And what does that mean? To be humbled means to be humiliated. Right? You have to be humiliated. What does that mean? That means you have to put away all the gods that you ever held in high regards, like your grandmother, like your mother, because they were the ones that sold you on that Caesar Borgia is God, or they sold you that Seventh-day Adventist is the way. So you got to take them off of the pedestal, man.
Right.
You got to be able to take them people off of the pedestal as well, man. You people always think that it's only these images, man. Nah, you got to take the people in your life off of a fucking pedestal, man. They've lied to you as well, because they've been lied to.
That's right.
You guys, a lot of guys fall out of the truth because they hear the way we talk about the black woman. You guys fall out of the truth because you hear the way we put women in their place, period, man.
And how we put the enemies down.
You can't feel no way when we put a woman in her place. A woman is meant to be put in her place.
That's right.
Don't you guys know that women are waiting for you to put them in their fucking place?
That's right.
That's right.
Verse 5. And whoso shall receive one such little child in my name, receive me.
Exactly, man. So that means we're gonna be patient with you brothers as well, man. If a brother comes up and he's sincere, well, we're gonna be patient with you.
Right.
No question is a bad question if you're sincere, man.
Right.
And even if we're rough with you, you can't take that. Oh man, fuck this shit, then, man. It's disrespecting me, man. Disrespecting.
What's that?
Hey, go ahead, Kabar. Kabarba.
Yeah. That was it. That was it.
No. Go take over. Take
Oh,
over.
okay. Good.
I got a precept.
Yeah.
This is Psalms 119 and 104. It says, through thy precepts I get understanding. Therefore I hate every false way.
Yeah, so if you're in this truth, man, and you have this doctrine, it's gonna annoy you when someone starts even saying the name Jesus, God, some type of God.